Hello everyone, it's me, Ant, from gaminghell.co.uk, and this is the PC Engine Mini we're looking at. What are we going to play? Well, let me figure that out, hang on. Oh dear, I'm doing such a terrible job already. So, first off, can you hear me? That's pretty important. Oh, hi Sardus. So the two we have a huge library of games on the PC Engine Mini, and the two games we're going to play are the ones you don't expect. We're going to be playing Splatterhouse. Oh, thank you. And we're going to be playing Parasol Stars. We're going to start with Splatterhouse because hopefully this will be a one credit clear. Really, I'm doing this a bit arse backwards because this is obviously an arcade port. But this one is a lot easier than the... Oh, hey, Kak. This is a lot easier than the arcade version, so I can do this with minimal practice. I have beaten the arcade version on one credit. That's going to take a little more practice time because it's a surprisingly difficult game, if you don't know. Anyway, so one reason I kind of wanted to show this off is this game was like heavily advertised for the TurboGrafx in America, especially. Being someone who lives on not the US or Japan, we sort of didn't get... Oh bloody hell. Thank you. Yeah, it's gone to the attract mode. We're not playing the Kung Fu, sorry. So Europe technically got the TurboGrafx 16, but it runs at 50 Hz. It was released in very limited quantities, and if you buy one nowadays, all the games run slower, so there's just no point. But what I do know is that Splatterhouse was advertised a lot in the US, and I'm going to prove that. Oh yeah, there are quite a few speedrunners of this one. Well, my personal introduction to Splatterhouse was a cousin had Splatterhouse 2 on the Mega Drive. They had an import copy that had a hilarious warning, game not for children message on it. That didn't stop us. But yeah, amazingly, Splatterhouse got a TV ad in the US. Hopefully this doesn't blow out your ears and I've done this properly. But here we go. Oh, yeah, there we are.
The new horror video game for TurboGrafx.
Oh wait, hang on, I need to mute the... Yeah, okay, this should work.
They say he's looking for his girlfriend. They say his only weapon against the maggot-eating ghouls who took her is a 2x4. And you say you want to play this game? Splatterhouse. Buy a TurboGrafx 16 system now and get one of 38 selected games.
Oh shit, $70 value, that's good. Okay, so yeah, they actually, yeah, it's a fun live action advert. Even better, there is a Japanese live action ad, so let's have a look at that one as well. Yeah, here we go.
Welcome to Splatterhouse.
PC Engine Splatterhouse Namco.
And there's even a there were multiple print ads. I'm not sure if these only were in Turbo Play or if they were in other publications, but here's one of them. Nope, not that one. Where did I put it? There we go. Yes. Sadly, we can't zoom in. I'm not that technically minded. But there was like a 4-page ad for one that just had blood splatter on it saying Splatterhouse is coming. It's there was a lot. Like you could get a T-shirt with the Splatterhouse logo on it. And I find that really interesting because, you know, it's not the sort of game that you would expect to have so much put behind it. But they did, for whatever reason. Probably because, you know, it was a big arcade game by a big producer of them, Namco, obviously. And but of course, the big thing is that on the front of the box, it's got this. The horrifying theme of this game may be inappropriate for young children and cowards. And you know what? We're just going to leave that here. You just stay in the corner there. There we go. So, now I get to change the... Man, now I know why people struggle to change the game name. I understand now. Now playing, that's the one. Splatterhouse. So, hopefully that brings you up to speed on what Splatterhouse is. And we're going to beat it in one credit. Let's go. This is pretty much guaranteed. I've practiced it a little, but I know this game relatively well. So now you may be thinking, wait, what about the white mask? Well, the PC Engine Mini. Oh, thank you. The PC Engine Mini uses the American version in Western territories. In Japan, it does use the original white mask version from Japan. I'm assuming they just didn't want any trouble from whoever owns Jason Voorhees these days. And to be honest, the design of the mask changes with pretty much every game anyway. So that, you know, it is what it is. Let's go. No, come on, let's go. The home version did add a lot of lore to the game. So the Splatterhouse is the house of Dr. West, parapsychologist who did horrible experiments in here, and it is said he's never left. And so Rick and Jennifer, parapsychology students, go to they want to see his work, and Jennifer gets kidnapped, and Rick finds himself with the terror mask on his face, or the hell mask, or just the mask, which grants him great power to destroy all of the horrible beasts inside the Splatterhouse, but he's got to make it to the end and save his girlfriend. Or will he? So this is single-playing brawler kind of thing, similar to Kung Fu Master or the Ninja Warriors. It's you've got punch, you've got a crouch kick, and you've got what I demonstrated earlier, the slide kick, which does double damage to enemies. So it's very useful if you can land it. It's a little tricky to do. You have to jump while moving, and hold down and then press the attack button. But we're not going to be using it here because we're stuck in this room with the crawling red slime, the ball worms. The tactic is just get in the corner. It's fine. I'm not using the turbo function, tempting as it is. This is plain old button mashing. Now, as far as conversions go, this is a pretty solid port. Like, considering the machine's limitations, it does the best to bring as much of the experience home as possible. Oh no! There's an extra ball worm. We're gonna get him. There we are. Like, obviously a lot of detail is lost, and some of the gore is toned down a little. That's across the board, not just the US version. The Japanese version is the same. Like, you don't get the hatchet in the first stage to chop zombies' heads off. There is some US exclusive cuts, which we'll be getting to later. But for now, you know, this is pretty faithful. And of course, I have the trusty 2x4. The axe, sadly, is completely missing. We kind of get it later for a boss fight, but we won't be seeing that for a while. We've got one of our auto-scrolling sections here. I love these water guys. They make an amazing sound effect in the arcade version when they get splattered against the wall. The arcade Splatterhouse is seriously a big favourite of mine. It's got atmosphere, it plays really well once you get used to how Rick moves, and I actually prefer it to the later games in the series. Splatterhouse 2 is okay, and every time I play Splatterhouse 3, my opinion changes on it. One of those kinds of games. And now we get the poltergeist fight. We'll just stick here. This is probably the safest place for us. Of course, everything in the room attacks you, including the chair. I haven't been hit yet. I'm doing good. Well, on this stage anyway. Spoke too soon. In the arcade version, you only get 1 heart back for a maximum of 5 hearts. The PC Engine version makes this a little easier. You start with 5 hearts and you get 2 hearts back at the end of every stage, which makes your which increases your survivability immensely. It's way easier to not die. Doing a fantastic job here so far. And now the painting comes to life. Again, we just stay in our safe little corner here. But watch out. Oh no, the chandelier. Ah, it's down. Yeah, no, it's fine. He's got feet of steel. He's fine. Don't worry about him. Now, this is gross. When you kick down the dead men here, a dog comes out to lick what's left of him. Completely disgusting. We'll leave him be. This is the only stage where we get the shotgun. We'll be saving all of our shells until the very end of the stage. The standard zombies, by the way, are just called dead men. They're obviously dead. We will just take that guy out with the gun. Now, in the arcade version, there were birds that appeared in this scene, and they're not here. Like I said, most of the game is intact. It's just little bits are cut. And we've got a second shotgun. So what we're going to do with that? We're going to fight the most famous boss in this game, this guy. I believe his actual name is Piggy Man, but it was also translated as Biggie Man with a B. That's the one that was used. That was the name that was used in the 2010 game. And yeah, you just bring the shotgun with you, and he's fine. Don't let him get near the edge of the screen, though. That's when problems start to arise, because he'll jump at you. We're doing incredibly well so far. This is where the true Splatterhouse begins here. There's even a unique animation for getting speared, which is nice. Well, it takes it to the gut like a trooper, bless him. And we just got our first extend. I think the next one is at 70,000, but hopefully we won't need it. The game gives you an absurd point bonus when you defeat the final boss that guarantees an extra life, so... Ooh, well... These blades play a nasty little trick on you because they kind of jump forward in their animation. So no, I'm good at video game. No, it's all falling apart. Ooh. This is fine. We can recover from this. We do have to fight the worst enemy in the game now, but that's fine. Looking good, Rico. Looking good. Yep, all fine here. Oh no. Yeah, okay. You know what? He got us. Fair. So we get to try that again. No, you don't. Okay, that's good. This is a really difficult scene. You've got to fight 3 of these guys. It is easier if you get the slide kick drop on them. Not always easy. Sometimes they'll just approach you. It's when they do the slide kick that they become a real problem. Nope. Okay, no. I'll take that, that's fine. We can work with this. Fortunately, that should be the last of them. Yep. Okay. Now here's where we do get some cuts in the US version specifically. That blue head is supposed to be an upside down cross. that was not going to fly in 90s America, so it was replaced with a blue horrible face. And there's further cuts later on in this stage, which we'll get to. For now, we just have to make the best of a bad job, apparently. You just get in a position here, you can generally attack with impunity. Well. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is looking good. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Really, once we get past the next stage, we'll be looking good. It's the next stage that's the killer, though. Something I haven't been able to show off while we've been playing is there are multiple routes in this game. Some of the you may have noticed there's like a couple of pitfalls. Oh, God damn it! Like a couple of pitfalls in earlier stages. They actually lead to different routes, which may or may not be good. There are many routes in the next stage, though, which is why it's kind of a problem. Okay. This is going exactly how I want it. Got him. Okay. Oof. And because it gives 2 hearts back, we'll be in much better shape. We'll be full health starting the next stage. Now, there's supposed to be an altar here, and they just completely removed it. It's just gone. There's just some candles floating, and there's this obviously what's meant to be a hymn, and no, it's obviously gone very wrong. It just doesn't look right at all. He's just standing there awkwardly. But it's okay, we're going to rescue our girlfriend Jennifer on the next stage. It's going to be completely fine. Nothing will go wrong. I think there's also supposed to be like stained glass paintings on the right side of that scene, and they're just gone. They're just gone. So that scene looks much sillier in the US version. Anyway, stage 5, longest stage in the game. Just doing some upholstery here. Yes, air candle. Well, I mean, it works for Castlevania. Air candles, I guess. I know. In the arcade version, these hands flip you off, which is very funny. That is a nice little detail. Feel free to discuss amongst... Ooh, he's going back to his home planet. Feel free to discuss among yourselves whether it's a reference to Evil Dead 2. It's unclear what the timing was on whether this came out before or after Evil Dead 2, so... That one always gets me. Okay, so the safest route is probably this way. It's still a little dangerous, but it's better than going down there leads you to a waterway, but unlike last time, you don't have a 2x4, which makes it significantly more difficult. These ghosts really don't fit in with the rest of the game. I'm not sure how they ended up here. An odd choice for sure. But what we can do is we can just go down here. This is fine. This is Master Dead's room. Master Dead is this fellow here. He has control of the afterlife. He can bring back these guys from the dead with his little spell. But if you just kick him out of the air, he can't do anything. Yeah, that's right. Now, we do have a choice. I had problems going down when I was practicing, so we'll go up here to the ballworm room. This is like the first stage boss, but it just keeps scrolling. Fortunately, most of them don't even reach you, so you just have to punch them when they start heading towards you. I remember this being a lot harder in the arcade version, but it kind of works out here, so you know what, we'll take it. And right. We might get this on the first try, hopefully. There's Jennifer. How's she doing? Oh dear. Oh, she's not doing well at all. Much like the horror films that inspired it, Splatterhouse is not going to have a happy ending. Your girlfriend is trying to kill you. This is like one of the hardest fights in the game. It's very difficult. She has much better range than you, and you can't duck this attack. So you have to just hit her out of range. Even worse, the game taunts you. Sometimes she just turns back. No, time for... Yeah, no, yeah, this boss is really difficult. So I completely understand one credit clears dying here. Mostly the final pattern, which we're going to see in a second. Come on, there we go. Hopefully I can get this. We've got plenty of lives in reserve, so I think we're going to get this first try. So she'll do a big jump. She's going to do a medium jump. Now she's going to do these little hoppy jumps. Oh, no. The worst. Okay, woof. Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure she has more health in the arcade version. So that fight is tense. Thank you. Totally meant to do it. Totally not luck. However, our girlfriend is dead. That's canon, by the way. Jennifer is dead. In the Japanese version of Splatterhouse 2, you go back to rescue her from the land of the dead. She's dead. So, you know what? We got nothing left to fight for here. Let's just blow this place up and get the hell out. Welcome to the womb, by the way. This stage is an auto-scroller, and it just keeps spawning these awful things. I cannot describe the sound that they make in the arcade version. This is a stage of gamer exertion noises, but I kind of like this stage in the sense that it shows you how much control you actually have over Rick. He's a bit of a lumbering oaf, but you have a surprising amount of control over him when you master the controls. No, okay, that's fine. As you can see, the situation can very much get out of control. It's just a case of keeping on top of them, otherwise they will just destroy you. And even if you... Once they attach themselves to you, you have to shake them off, so while you're shaking them off, a bunch more are going to spawn on screen, so you just got to get rid of them. By the way, how is the game volume? I probably should have asked that earlier, but no. Ooh. Oh, no. No, we can do this. We can do this. I have complete faith in us. Okay. This boss, you just gotta mash it out. And hope he doesn't spawn too many and overwhelm you. No, okay. That's fine, that's fine. One life, we can do this. Actually, we might be due for an extend. Yeah, I think there's one at 10,000, so... you just gotta be careful. Fortunately, this is a short game, so if we do have to have another stab at it, I'm not worrying too much. Ooh. Okay, no, there isn't an extra extend. That's fine. These little guys are called Obas, by the way. O-B-A. They're not nice, I don't like them. Not a fan. Okay, whoop. Yes, okay, we're in there. Aha! That would make sense, yes. Ooh. These are, I believe they're meant to be the eggs of dead men. That, not the concept of a dead man, but the dead men enemies that you fight in this game. You just gotta machine gun punch this one. No, 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 no. Fortunately, they only jump at you at certain angles, so you can easily predict where they're gonna be. Oh, this has gone horribly wrong. Ah, no. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Woof. Right. Okay. That's where one credit clears go to die. It's expected. Okay, right. Back in. We're gonna get this, don't you worry. Whether we'll have similar success with Parasol Stars remains to be seen. But while we're repeating ourselves, while we're back where we were, I might as well talk a little bit about the PC Engine Mini itself. It's pretty alright. It's made by, the emulation is by M2, so it's pretty quality. The game selection is mostly good. The weird thing about it is it has almost the same game set across regions. There's about 25 TurboGrafx games and 25 PC Engine games. So there's a mix of US and Japanese games. The Japanese games are untranslated. Most of the time that doesn't matter, but one of them is Snatcher. So it's deeply unfortunate that, you know, it's here, but you can't play it unless you know Japanese. Like, there's definitely a couple of big games missing. Legendary Axe is not on this. Devil's Crush is not on this, which is a big miss. I would have liked Magical Chase as well. But it's got a nice little variety, some weird games that you wouldn't have expected. A lot of arcade games, arcade ports, which some of them are notable, like this and R-Type, but I don't know, I don't think Space Harrier should have been on this thing. But it's nice, I like it. Of all the mini consoles that they made, this and the arcade-based ones are the only ones I've ever been interested in. NES Mini, don't need it. SNES Mini, nah, I'm okay. Mega Drive Mini, I'm glad Alicia Dragoon's there, but I'm okay. PC Engine Mini, there, day one. Give it to me. Just send it to me, please. Oh, the New Zealand story on the PC Engine. Oh boy. Oh man, what a turd. No, that is not on here. There is Parasol Stars and there is Kadash, of all things, which is, I think, both of those games would have been some of the first, whatchamacallit, first Working Designs games, which means the first out-of-nowhere cultural reference appears in Kadash. I know that at one point they referenced Carl Sagan for some reason. If anyone knows why, as a resident of the UK, I don't get the joke. Then again, working designs translations probably aren't made for me. I'm not sure if people have hacked the PC Engine Mini yet, but if they have, obviously you need to put a version that just has the New Zealand story on it. And that machine-translated version of Dead of the Brain 1 and 2. There are no other video games, those are the only ones you need. Okay. A lot of this game is memorization, but that's fine. It's definitely one of my favourite singles-playing brawlers. And here comes the chandelier, oh no. There it goes. Okay, we're in good shape. No, forgot. my gamer powers are slipping. Okay, we should get rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Also, the weird slug enemy that showed up in stage 4 was originally here in the arcade version. I imagine they cut it because there's a unique death animation if you shoot it with the shotgun where it blows its head off, which is really grisly, really grim. I'm just going to slide. There we go. I should have enough ammo to take out Biggie Man. Let me throw the rock. Yeah, you want him to get close but not too close, because if he hits the edge of the screen he'll jump at you, and that's when it becomes a problem. Officially becomes a menace. He also has a unique death animation in the arcade game, but he just sort of quietly disappears. Okay, going into stage 4 full health. I like my odds. There's the slug monster. He's doing his best. He's trying. There's our first extend again. No. Nope, don't want that. Come on. Oop. The bat got me last time. I'm not letting it happen again. Ooh. Aha. Yeah, the stage intros are really nice in the arcade version. Like they have little dioramas of what's going to happen in the next stage. I'm guessing they had to go because they just didn't have the space. But I find it interesting what they decided to keep in. Like, you can still see Rick checking himself out in the mirror. Got it. There we go. That's how you deal with him. The reverse slide kick. You have to do what you do for the slide kick, but change the direction at the last possible second. There we go. Because the slide kick does 2 hits of damage instead of 1, so it takes him out a little quicker. And honestly, you want him out of the picture as quickly as possible. Nope. Is it this one? Nope. It's this next one. There we go. Whether we can do this boss on the first try is up for debate. the censorship does make me laugh. This is very clearly meant to be a cathedral or a chapel or something. It's okay. They could have just left it. It's fine. Also, what I find funny is some of the advertising materials for the US version change the logo to be green, which is very funny. It's okay. Although there's a developer interview about the arcade version where they explain that they didn't really want overly red gore tones, so some of them were replaced with green. That is a good point. Maybe the pews are off screen. Yeah, there's supposed to be like murals in the back where there's just blank space. So this scene just looks really awkward. And in the arcade version, you hear a scream at this point, so you know you're heading in the right direction, which is why there's the dramatic musical sting. Okay. We're going into... We don't have the most amount of health, but I think we can do this. We can definitely get to Jennifer at least. What's it done wrong already? Okay. Now, if you want to play the arcade Splatterhouse at home, you kind of have an option, a better option than you used to have. This is on Namco Museum for the Switch. Not the archives, which are just Famicom games. That has the Famicom Splatterhouse game, but it doesn't have the arcade Splatterhouse. I still don't know why they put Splatterhouse on that collection. It seems really out of place, but you know what? It's fine. I'm okay with it. That is a pretty faithful port done by Gotch Technology, who do some of the Arcade Archives releases. Before then, your only option was the PS3 360 Splatterhouse game, released in 2010, which includes the arcade game and the 2 home console sequels. That port was done by Hanaho Games, and it's okay. But like a lot of the sound effects are wrong, and there's a lot of weird flickering that shouldn't be happening. Also, it's kind of expensive now. Probably, I don't think it was ever released digitally, or like maybe it was delisted or something, but physical copies of that game are now very expensive, which is very, very funny to me. It's also very sad. 2010 Splatterhouse is a video game that had problems. It had what could be politely described as a troubled development. Okay, that's fine. That's better than him resurrecting everyone. Okay. I did have a lot better luck in the ball I'm seeing, so we're going to do that one. I am one of those freaks who played through 2010 Splatterhouse multiple times. It tried its absolute best under very difficult circumstances. Okay. I don't like this. Nope. Okay. We can beat Jennifer with one heart, right? Right? We got this, yeah? Maybe. Oh, there was another version of Arcade Splatterhouse on the Wii Virtual Console, because Namco released a lot of weird games on there, but only in Japan. This is the time where I get it first try, isn't it? Oh no, we'll see, we'll see. Okay, last phase coming up. I'll just stay here. It's nice here. Oh no, okay, nearly. We got it this time, okay. And I think we're due for an extend in a second anyway, so... Luckily it skips the cutscene. We don't have to watch that again. Still got to start the fight from the beginning though. I'll probably talk more about Arcade Splatterhouse when we get to it, for we will on this stream eventually. But I do have to put out, apparently Atari were at least planning to distribute it in the US at some point. There's internal emails that talk about them getting a copy of the game for their offices, which is that is ooh. Oh, that was nearly perfect. Jen was like, I'm not letting you get a perfect on me. No, I will deny you. Okay, 3 lives, full health. I think this is in the bag. I was hoping to get it first try, but we can't have it all. Yeah. I'm dodging by sub-pixels, that's how I'm doing it. Okay. Ow, no. That's fine. Ideally, we'd like full health going into the final stage, but we do have plenty of extra lives in reserve. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I'm getting stream jitters. Okay. That was a practice. God, so many of them spawn when you die. It's an awful scene. Just repugnant. Okay. But yeah, there's like internal Atari emails saying the game everyone has been talking about is in the break room right now. Happy slicing, which is that's a way to phrase it, I guess. But no boards with Atari licensing have ever shown up. It is in like a sales list with like 100 PCBs for sale for $90, I think, like from Atari at the time. But it's not like a conversion kit or anything. It's just the board. So we don't. I never quite got to the bottom of that. Maybe in the future it'll be dumped and preserved. That'd be nice. Okay. No. It's happening again. No. Nearly. Okay, 2 lives. 2 lives. We got this. Okay, this pan is a little nicer to me. There's no real memorization to where these things are going to spawn, but they do have patterns of movement that can be learned. They tend to move the same way each. Like there's a set number of patterns that they will move in, so you can use that to predict where they're going to be. Ish, kind of, maybe. Okay, no. Okay. This is better. Yes, yes, yes. No. No. I'm stuck in the Splatterhouse vortex. Okay. Get away, this is going. I'm getting an extend before I get done with this stage. But this is how it is. Sometimes this is just where the 1cc goes to die. You know, there's not much you can do. No. Oh, outlook not good. That's a good start. We did get the okay. No, that's fine. Gonna be here a while. Game over. Okay. No. Put me back in. I really did it earlier. Yes, yes. Oh god, the Fetus of God stage. I got distracted. Okay, I'm gonna. This does replicate the built-in reset of the Splatterhouse of the PC Engine when you press start and run. So that's nice. It's a nice little touch. Nah, don't worry about it. It's the streamer's curse. I was like, oh no, I want to see what chat's saying. Chat is saying words at me. Again, I want to save much of my commentary about the arcade version for when we get to the arcade version. The downside is I'm running out of things to say. I thought I'd get this on the second try. That's okay. You can talk amongst yourselves, chat. Although, another thing about when I back in quote unquote the day, there was a guide for Splatterhouse 2 printed in a magazine. Now they didn't really have that much official art to go with. You know, they had like the cover art, but they didn't have anything else. So, as well as maps of all the stages of Splatterhouse 2, the guide is adorned with images of Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th films. They were like, close enough. That would be a book called a magazine called Console Excess. That's spelled X and S, because you know it was released in the 90s. Said magazine also had a guide to Final Fight Guy of all things, and I'm almost certain that they pointed out there's some famous secrets with the Bay Area dog in that version where you can stand at specific points and get score boosts and extra lives and health refills. I'm certain that pointed that out years before the internet knew it was a thing. Because I knew in Final Fight 1 on the Game Boy Advance, they referenced the dog and standing in specific places. And I'm sure that I got the joke because I knew about it. But I can't quite find that issue online. So it'll be a mystery. Well, we're playing through stages you've already seen twice already. My apologies. Namco did quite a lot on the PC Engine. Sadly, one of their more famous games is not on this unit. There is no Bravo Man here. Which is a shame because the translation is precious and amazing. Why they ported Bravo Man of all things to the PC Engine, I still don't know. It's still kind of a mystery. They definitely ported a couple of games that should not have worked on this. Tragically, Valkyrie, The Legend of Valkyrie was given to Tosei to port, whereas most of these other ones, I think, were in-house Namco. Why farm out for Valkyrie? Why? Legend of Valkyrie is on this, by the way. So, although obviously not translated. No painting. And as we have to point out, oh no, the chandelier. Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm not going to get hit by the dogs this time. But we're learning in real time, is what's happening. See, I didn't get hit that time. I knew what I was doing. Now those weird circles take you down to an underwater area, which is just like the one in the second stage, but again you don't get a 2x4 to make things easier for you. Ow! Wow, that guy came from downtown. Let me get my weapon, please. Thank you. And we got the extend on my good friend Biggie Man there. Back to stage 4. While we're playing through a stage we've seen already, Splatterhouse 2 was the only one to get a PAL release, which is kind of strange when you think about it. We didn't get the first one, we got the second one, but not the third. Yeah, I'll just take him out. Okay. That worked a lot better than I had intended. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't bother releasing Splatterhouse 3 over here. They just didn't. Next mirror. Okay, there we go. Yes. You'll love to see it. Those reverse slide kicks are very tricky to pull off, but it's worth it if you can learn how to do it, just for this scene. There's also a route where you do fight Mirror Rick again on stage 5. Not recommended, he's such a pain. Okay, get me out. Oh, I'll need a stretch after this. Oof. Back in the church, chapel, whatever it is. Yeah, weirdly, the arcade version has like a unique sprite axe unique axe here instead of the golden cleaver. But this is the same cleaver that was cut from the first stage. I should actually be able to tank this boss. Woof. Okay, woof. That's getting easier. That's one boss that I kind of forgot the strats for. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Doc. It's the next boss fight that I want to get done properly. Just doing the stretches. This is the run. I can feel it. This is the one. Sadly, you can't skip these little intros. These big enemies are called top heavies, which is a very funny name for them. But they're also probably the most advanced kind of in terms of AI. They do tend to dodge you, and so they can be tricky to deal with. Like that one sometimes just goes off to his home planet. He just can't be bothered dealing with you. The arcade version also has a very sophisticated enemy that's completely unused. It's like it has a similar body shape to Rick, and it actually blocks your attacks, which is would have been very tricky to deal with. There's a surprising amount of stuff unused in the arcade game, which we'll get to another day. Painting caught me talking. Like I know what to do about this guy. I'll hit him while he's reacting. No. Okay. Again, the ghosts here don't really fit in aesthetically, but I guess it's fine. I guess I want to go down here. I'd forgotten. I had lost my way. You want to try and do a slide kick so you take out all of them. Just makes it easier. And if you don't keep hitting Master Dead, eventually more zombies get brought into the fight, which, you know, you don't want that. Back to the ball worms, hopefully for the last time. I can feel it. This is the one. I believe ballworms have the distinction of being the only enemy to appear in every Splatterhouse game. They're in 1, 2, and 3, and 2010. And probably Wanpaku Graffiti on the Famicom. Nope, get me out. Don't want to deal with them. Okay. I'm sorry we've had to meet so many times tonight, Jen. Can I call you Jen? No? Okay, that's fine. I totally have it this time. Incidentally, if you stand still there, she is in range to stab you right after the fight begins, so don't let her do that. That's very mean. I seem to remember the arcade version has you at a different distance so you don't actually get hit. No. I am glad this is a short game. I wasn't expecting to have to try this so many times, but we're getting there, slowly. Ooh. Okay, last phase. No. Okay, plan B. Just go in. Yes! Oof. Okay, not as clean as last time, but we'll take it. Oh man, that last time was really good though. If only I could splice them all together like a cheating speedrunner. Ho ho ho. Okay. We've got it this time. We're gonna do it. This is the one. Maybe not this first attempt, but we will get it. Well, there's our extend anyway. I'm happy about that. Of course, the other tough thing about this stage is the fact that it's a single continuous section, which means no checkpoints. This game only checkpoints you after you clear like a section, like you move from one room to another, or you reach a boss. Except, no. What? No, I meant the first one. No, this isn't the run. That's fine. No, you don't. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. We get 4 more. We get 3 more shots. 4 more shots? 4 more shots. Oh, no, there's 2 of them. Oh no. Totally got it this time. There's only 1 stage after this. You just need to persevere a little. Didn't mean to slide, but you know, I'll take it. Ooh. Not ideal, but that's fine. Yes! Okay, that's an excellent start. Come on. Nearly there. Yes! Okay, great. Now, in the arcade version, what happens is that heart, or whatever it is, blows up and... Thank you, Dot. It blows up and spews goo everywhere that hurts you. Just like the chandelier and the extra ballworm at the end of the first stage. It's the classic shocker, stinger moment. Now, everything's blown up, everything's on fire, we have to get out of here. There was nothing left for us in that mansion anyway. Now, if you're a fan of deep lore, these these fire spirits are apparently dead men who are on fire, and they show up at the beginning of Splatterhouse 2, which the first stage is the charred remains of the West Mansion. Okay, one last change between the Japanese and American versions, that Tombstone is a cross in the original Japanese game. And this delightful fellow is Hell Chaos, the final boss of the game. He's got 2 attacks. He throws rocks at you when he emerges from the ground, and he's got his bacon hands. If you look very closely at the bottom of the screen, you can sort of see where the hands are about to show up. Like the very tip of the finger appears. So you can use that to sort of get in a safe position. And all you need to do is just smack him in the head until he dies. He is animated in the arcade version, but they didn't have time for that. It's fine. Now, at this final point, both the hands and the rocks appear. But we're nearly done. We're so close. Oh, that's mean. You can't do that to me. This should be the last one. Come on, come on. Yes! We got it! Easy game. Thanks, everyone. I was hoping for the first try, but you know what? 3rd time's the charm, I'll take it. And we only lost 1 life? I'm okay with that. That's good. As you can see, we get like an absurd score bonus, and that's it. The mask is destroyed. The West Mansion is no more. Jennifer's dead. But we survived, right? Now this is actually a classical piece of music. I didn't realize until much later. This is Sento nel Cor. I can't remember who composed it right now though, but it is oh, maybe Chopin actually, because Chopin is in the credits. Papaya, Paya Paya. I believe they're in the credits for Splatterhouse 2 as well. Thanks everyone. Woof. But yeah, this is a haunting version of Sento nel Cor, which you may recognize. Yeah, Chopin. There we go. There's a Katamari Damacy album that has a vocal version of this song for whatever reason. Yeah, shout out to Chopin and Akuma-kun. I think only the arcade version has a credit to Devil Nakamura, which is the most metal name I've ever heard. Special designed. What is that? We'll never know. Spanky. Spanky would go on to have a good career in this Sonic Wings series. And that's it. That's the end. 1988 to 1990, Namco. Now the arcade version pans down further to the ground to see the Terror Mask reform. Because as long as that mask remains, it can happen again. And at this point all you can do is reset. So that's what we're going to do. There's 2 more things to very quickly show off here. So we're going to reset. If you hold the select button on the title screen, you get a hard difficulty mode. As far as I'm aware, mostly it means that you have to hit some enemies twice, unless you've got a weapon, and more enemies appear. It's not fun though. Having to hit some enemies twice is just maybe a little too much, so yeah, it's whatever. So the only other thing is on this screen, if you press select 3 times and then down left and 2, we get a stage select and a sound test. And if you heard any music while we were doing the intro, that's what I was doing. I was playing it from here. I thought it was a clever way of doing it because I don't know how to put music on my stream yet. I'm not that advanced. But what we're going to do now is going to return to the menu. I have a few things to post because I forgot to do it because I'm very smart. We have the because I obviously I yanked those adverts that we showed earlier from other places. So there's the TurboGrafx 16 ad. Here's the PC Engine ad. And if you want to know more about Splatterhouse in general, I highly recommend the West Mansion. Go and read it at your local library. I'm just going to post the extra info page that they've got on the TurboGrafx 16 version, which is where I got this lovely advert. So we're gonna okay. So that's all that. That's Splatterhouse done, and it's gone to a demo for something else. Before we get to Parasol Stars, let's see what's on the PC Engine, not the TurboGrafx 16, the PC Engine. Now, they did change a couple of games between regions. Tengai Makyo 2 Manjimaru, sorry, is absent from this version entirely, and Tokimeki Memorial is replaced with Salamander. But Tokimeki Memorial is still here in spirit because there's two secret games. It's loading, don't worry. What's this? This is Force Gear, a caravan-style shooter that's hidden in Tokimeki Memorial as a minigame that you unlock. I think you unlock it, you have to be part of the computer club. And eventually you unlock this to play on the computers. I haven't put much time into this at all, I'm afraid. But you can adjust your speed. You've got different weapons. And I think once the timer runs out, one of those giant lasers just destroys you immediately, which is very funny. I wish I could tell you more about this game, but I can't. But there is another game hidden. You have to press select 2 times on Salamander, unless I've got this wrong, which I probably have. Hey, it's Twinbee! This is Twinbee Returns, I think it's called, and it's a very condensed version of the arcade Twinbee. Do your best, Twinbee. This is essentially a boss rush. You get a couple of bells to boost your power. But as you can see, the music's different. No, not in... Okay, right. What these are is these are hidden games in Tokimeki Memorial, which was cut from the Western versions of the PC Engine Minis. But you can just load both Force Gear and Twinbee as extras by pressing select a number of times before you pick Salamander. Sorry for the confusion. The other secret is if you hold the select button on any CD games, it will load the game with the incorrect system card. So we put the wrong one in. We want to play Rondo of Blood, but instead we get this. I think they hid this in the Virtual Console version of this game as well, and it's in Castlevania Requiem on the PS4, you have to put in the Konami code on the game select screen. There's Richter, right? That's Richter, innit? He seems a little different today. I'm sure that's fine. Oh, we gotta put the Super System card in. Oh well. Anyway, Maria's here to cheer us on. But you're gonna... Ah, there we go. I had a jump in earlier. Vector. Vector Belmont. Oh, that's cursed. Okay. Okay, you know what? We'll show off Snatcher as well. Not the game, just what happens when you load the wrong one. Spheres Richter. It is Palm Tree Panic Zone-esque. Poor Metal Gear 2. Oh, I can't imagine someone trying that code and not knowing the context behind it. That's really funny. But Metal Gear 2 isn't quite sure what's going on here. Just no concept at all. Do I show off the Sapphire one? I've only been streaming for a week. Do I want to get in trouble? Nah. You can find that one if you are curious. You can hold the select button by yourself. I am very glad your website does something with the Konami code. Every website should. They say if you put the Konami code in on the index of Gaming Hell, you get the code to be Goro. But maybe that's bullshit. Let's play Parasol Stars. Yes, this was published by Working Designs. This was either their first or their second Kadash. Kadash was definitely was either their second or their first. I'm not sure. But there are two games that call themselves the story of Bubble 3. This is the first. The second is 1996's Bubble Memories, which we'll see on this stream eventually. So, Bubby and Bobby get magical parasols. Actually, wait. I've got to do something first. Hang on. This is really important. So, Parasol Stars is not an arcade game. I can switch that off, and I can change the game name now. So, Parasol Stars. There we go. So, the PC Engine version of Parasol Stars is the original one, so to speak. The only evidence there was an arcade version comes from a UK magazine called Mean Machines. I'm going to copy that and put it here. I'm going to put up a little scan. Is it this one? There it is. When the only source for something is a UK games magazine, that's generally a bad sign. It's probably bullshit. The thing is, no one knows where this screenshot comes from. It sort of looks like the PC Engine version, but that giant black part of the background doesn't match up with anything that's in there. So no one knows. It is a mystery. It certainly was not in British arcades, ever. The closest Parasol Stars ever got to arcades, I believe, was if it was there at all, there was like a Tour Vision thing, which was a PC Engine or TurboGrafx in an arcade cabinet, and it took coins, similar to the Mega Play or Play Choice 10 stuff. But as far as we know, there's no arcade version. This is it. To be fair, this PC Engine game does look like, you know, it's on par with Rainbow Islands, certainly, and Rainbow Islands did get a PC Engine CD port. But for now, we're gonna give this a try. I have no idea if I'm gonna beat this or not. because we may be here for some time. So, oh, balls. There we are. We'll switch that off. Now, you may notice there's a credit counter, and you may be thinking, well, how do you get more credits? I'm about to show you. What you want to do is you want to find the hidden parts of the stage that reveal hidden items. And if you keep revealing them, eventually you will get a coin that gives you an extra credit. And that's it. That's all you need to do. The primary objective is to kill everything on the stage by grabbing it and throwing it. Oh, I'm getting a lot of items. That's unusual. Is there a 99 credit item? I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie, I did not do too much research. I haven't actually played much of Parasol Stars, so I'm going in semi-blind. I mostly beat the Game Boy version once. That was an experience. An unpleasant one. Not recommended. But yeah, this is kind of the best strategy. Yeah, you just want to try and get credits. Anyway, we've got some chocolate at least. And an extend. Okay, this is going somewhere. But yeah, this is unusual. It's a return to the single-screen platformer after Rainbow Islands went all in on scrolling. Whether you enjoy Rainbow Islands depends entirely on how you react to the words 7 little diamonds. That game has a way that it wants you to play it, and some people do not appreciate how it is meant to be played. Which is, you know what, completely fair. It's kind of unusual. So, okay, has anyone else in chat really spent much time with this? Except you, Kak. I know that you have. Because, you know, the most of the other versions were PAL exclusive. I'm pretty sure this is the only one that made it to the US. There were, of course, many versions made by our friends at Ocean Software, who had a tight relationship with Taito. I see you, Kak. You are seen. Now, these little water droplets aren't just for revealing the hidden items. You can also use them similar to the special bubbles in the original Bobble. So these ones sort of drop down the chute and let you kill enemies easier. But yeah, it's very, very similar to the original Bobble. It's I don't know if it's as good. I imagine it'd be quite fun in 2-player, as it looks like you can screw each other over, which, you know, I'm always happy to do that in a platform game. Just let me hurt the other player. Let me make them never want to play a game with me again. If your platformer can achieve that, then you have done well. And there we go, there's another credit, if we can get it. Ooh. Oh, it's looking dicey. There we go, okay. Now, I imagine if you're in this stream, you already know that I really like Taito games. So, you're going to be seeing a lot of them down the road. Obviously, I want to cover the Taito Regret 2 Mini. I have a lot of words to say about all the games is there. Oh no! Oh, that's right, the screen scrolls. That's a problem in co-op. That will definitely be a problem. Okay, one world down. 1, 2, 3. I think there's about 9. I can't remember how many worlds there are. We may not even make it to the last set because there's a secret to finding them. It's not a Taito game if it doesn't have incredibly weird secrets. I am glad they put this on this set. I was hoping for it, but wasn't expecting it when they announced this thing. So it's nice to see it, because obviously there's no other re-releases of this at all. Like it wasn't even on Virtual Console. Weirdly, the New Zealand story on PC Engine was on Virtual Console, which I don't like that. I don't like that. That's the one that they brought to Virtual Console. It's like, good games? No. Why would we? Okay, there we go. Yes, oh no indeed. To those who are not familiar with how bad PC Engine New Zealand story is, I had to look up footage of it to make sure it wasn't like a bad dump or something. That's how bad the colours were. Oh, it is an absolute mess. Probably the worst console version of the game by a long margin. Okay. Yes. I guess the other thing is this is kind of a late point to have a single screen platformer. I know that there were a few in arcades at the time, but it felt like home consoles were sort of moving past them. So it is unusual that Taito took this direction. You know, I like it. It's okay. It does have an air of mystique around it because of the fact that it was never ported to anything ever. Beyond, you know, the contemporary releases. But as you can see, some of these stages scroll, and I imagine that is definitely a problem with co-op. I imagine there would be a lot of arguments. Yes, I need to take out the tree. Because there's some enemies that are similar to... What? Where did they come from? Similar to enemy spawners in Gauntlet, they'll just keep spawning enemies. The other Taito... no, there's 2 other Taito games on this PC Engine Mini. There's Super Darius, however it's pronounced, and also the PC Engine version of Kadash, which is probably a little better than the Mega Drive version because it's actually got all the classes. Why would you play Kadash and not play as the priest? What's going on there? And that's another credit. We are slowly stockpiling credits because we're probably going to have to continue. So I'm going into this a little blind. That's fine though, right? Ooh. The cruncher spread shot. There is, if nothing else, there's a lot of things you can do with the Roy, with the Parasol. It's quite useful as a defensive tool. And yet, I don't quite know how I feel about this game yet. Like I said, it's alright. I just don't, maybe I don't feel particularly strongly about it. Probably why I haven't ever beaten this version. It also continues the grand tradition of single screen platformers by being quite long. This is going to be like... Ah, I understand. I see. Now those symbols, when you collect 3 of them, a miracle happens. But there's 3... You have to get 3 stars to get the real miracle to happen. That is to say, to actually get the true ending. Whether we'll get that to happen is unknown at this moment. Because I've beaten the Game Boy version, and I didn't get the 3 stars needed. That was not a pleasant hour and a half that it took me to beat that version. No, it was not fun. The NES version is also really weird as a result of being ported by Ocean, our favourite Manchester coders. The Parasol Stars session went well. Finally happened. Yeah, these stages are starting to get a lot bigger. Wait, how do I even... Oh, I see. That's an important piece of tech. You can bounce on the water wheels. Oh no. Oh, okay. Interesting. No. I didn't want that to happen. Yeah. It was only a matter of time. Can't wait until I play my first fighting game and start getting live double KOs. That's gonna happen. Okay, no, that's fine. We have reached 9 o'clock. I was hoping to get Splatterhouse done a little earlier. You know what? No. Here's what we're going to do. We're not going to get through Parasol Stars tonight. What we're going to do is going to put this. We're going to put this to one side. We're going to return to the PC Engine Mini eventually anyway, because it's something I can stream very easily. I don't know what else I'll play on this thing. There's plenty of games, as you can see. Ooh, JJ and Jeff, that'll be a good choice. Can I find a sucker willing to play through Parasol Stars? Did I say sucker? I meant friend, contemporary, associate. JJ and Jeff, that's a good choice. Okay, right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call it for now. I'm not Koroni Inugami. I can't stream for 20 hours without sleep. How that dog girl does that, I don't know. But thank you for joining me. It was very enjoyable to get a live 1cc of Splatterhouse. I'm glad that people were here to see that after the third attempt. So next week, I've decided what my schedule is going to be. We're going to do this every week. Thank you. We're going to do this every week, Wednesday at around the time that I started today. And we're going to do that until the Taito You Get 2 mini shows up. Then we'll keep doing that. And then after that, we'll see how we... Oh, Shark, I'm sorry. You missed a Splatterhouse run. But you were here in spirit. Let's see, what was I saying? So yeah, after we do the Taito You Get 2 mini, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do it every other week. But this is fun. It's nice to be able to show cool games off to people. But next week we have something a little special. Fingers crossed we'll have it ready, but we'll be doing we've got a Clockwork Aquario article in the works for my little website. That's the one that you see advertised in the corner. And hopefully we're gonna play through Clockwork Aquario with every character. We're gonna hopefully get a 1 credit clear in that. I'm sure it'll go completely fine, just like Splatterhouse tonight. And that's it really. So that'll be next week. We will get back to Parasol Stars. Maybe I need to do my proper research. Spend some time in the lab. Yeah, no streamer's curse. No, it'll totally. This is the run. This is the run. You don't understand. Now, what I'm gonna do is I've got to figure out how do you raid somebody. Hold on. Because I get the feeling, is Dino still streaming? Raid. Nope. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Hold on. There we go. Stream end. So one of the problems I had last time was I forgot that I didn't set the mic up for this end screen, so I just cut out completely when the stream was over. That was not my intention. I was talking, I swear. Thank you all for joining me on this nonsense journey. I need to figure out how to raid somebody, so give me a second. How does one raid? How to raid on Twitch? Okay, I think I've got this. I think I've figured this out. Okay, so I'm going to send you all over to Dino, please, who's playing Evo: The Search of Eden. Yes, Sarah's having a nap. Just, she's having a sleep. But she'll be around for the next one. She'll have a nice cup of tea. So I'm going to send you all over to Dino, who's playing Evo: The Search for Eden on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will see you the next time we do this thing that I'm doing. Okay, bye. Yes. And now we raid.